Hey guys. Hi everybody. I know it's been a while we had like a family meeting, so I can understand the fact that most of you are not here. So I'm just going to give you guys a minute, because I feel like, so many things have happened in the house between yesterday and today, and it's just crazy. Okay, and I feel like it's such a sensitive topic. Not a lot of people would want to just have this conversation. And I do not think that, just filming a video and sharing my opinion right out, would give me the impression that I want. I would prefer that we have a conversation. Now, as much as I know that not a lot of you are watching the show, that's for starters. I know that not a lot of people are watching it because the show is not airing in Nigeria and in some other African countries. But then, as a creator, you have to find a way around things. And I even hear that people, are paying for streaming and all of that stuff. I mean, I don't know how that's going on, but that's not why we're here, guys. Let's talk about the conversation that. Hi, Kings. Hi. Oh wow, you guys are here. Okay, so I'm going to try as much as possible to be very descriptive because I know that number one, you guys enjoy when I tell you stories, and number two, I'm aware that not a lot of people are privy to watching the show. So I'm going to give you guys instances. I'm going to tell you guys what had happened, and then of course you tell me what you think about that. Hi, Esperanza. Hi, this is our first family meeting of the year. And yeah, it feels really surreal. But, anyways, straight into the topic for the day. I mean, I know I wasn't here yesterday because I had gone for an African Creators Summit, so I didn't even watch most of the things that happened in the Bbmzansi house. Nzanzi, right? Yeah, I didn't watch most of the things that happened because of the event that I had attended. So, of course, they had their wager task. The first wager task for the year. No, not for the year, for the season, right? And they lost. Okay, they lost that. Now they didn't lose because they did not even put in any effort and all of that. I mean, I've heard different people say things like, "Oh, I mean, they probably shouldn't have lost. They actually tried." But then, because Big Brother had given, if you've been following my videos before now, you would know that we have what we call the disruptors in the house. Big Brother sent them to that house to disrupt, to scatter the house and all of that. So, um before they had the wager task yesterday, Big Brother had called um Taki. Yes, Taki is one of the disruptors. He had called him into the diary room and he had given him a task. The first task Biggie gave them was, by them, I mean Taki and the other two disruptors, that's Neo and Fahima, right? Um I know, better no pictures. How are we going to know these people? I've been putting their pictures for the past how many days, so at least that should help a bit, okay? But bear with me because I really wanted us to have like this chit chat, so I can hear what you guys have to say, right here and now, okay? So Taki had gotten instruction from Big Brother in the diary room, and Big Brother had told him that he would like to give them their first task as disruptors, and Big Brother had told him that he needs them to hide the artwork of like the other housemates, right? They had canvases that they had been working on. So earlier on, I told you guys in like my previous videos that for their wager task, Biggie had told them that the theme for this week is who are you? What are you? So they're supposed to tell us about themselves individually and then have like the group task where they get to all work together. And of course, I love your hand gesticulation. Thank you. And of course, they will now tell us as a group and all of that, right? Now, they had all taken turns to do their paintings, their canvases were looking really nice and all of that. But Big Brother had instructed the disruptors to try and hide as many canvases as possible. Try and hide as many of the housemates' paintings as possible. Bearing in mind that, housemates are literally everywhere in that house. So it was quite a hassle for them. But then they were able to carry the task out, and according to Big Brother, yeah, Another thing they were supposed to do was to make sure that, all those canvases that they hid initially, miraculously come out, towards the end, when it's almost time for the wager task. Of course, that would destabilize the housemates. That would get them like really upset. Like, I kept this thing here. I kept this thing here. Like, how come I can't find it? I mean, they literally hid some in the head of house room under the head of house bed. Is that bad? Okay. And, after they had done that, Big Brother still went ahead and gave these disruptors a second task. And this time around, he told them, look, I want you people to disrupt the wager task in itself, such that when I call you guys into the arena for your presentation, make sure you do something that will scatter the wager task. So for me, there was really no way these housemates would have won the head of house games, the wager task, regardless of the effort they put in. I mean, I know that they didn't put in their 100%. In my last video, I told you guys that I wasn't really sure if they would win or not. But then just seeing the metrics Big Brother was just giving to them, seeing how Big Brother was really out to show them Pepe, there was really no way they would have won it. Even if they had put in their 1001 abilities into it, Big Brother already sent 3 people to disrupt it. Even though one of the disruptors, Fahima, I don't really know. When you were coming into the house, you knew for a fact that you are a disruptor. Now, how come all of a sudden you're feeling like, oh, what will people say about me? Oh, the housemates will be seeing me in a certain way. I'm trying to be a better person. Now, this task that Big Brother is giving us is making me. I will slap you. I will slap you. Is it the housemates that brought you there? The person that puts you in his house gave you a task. You are there saying, oh, Abi, you don't dey love up. You don't dey soft. You don't dey soft like overripe dodo. Because I don't really understand how you are a disruptor and all of a sudden, oh, I don't want people to see me in a certain way. Fahima was really annoying yesterday. But then thankfully, at least Taki and Neo is ready to give it all, to give her best. I mean, during the wager task, Neo just started crying when it was time for her presentation. I said, Mama, why are you crying? Why are you shedding tears? And literally, the other housemate, like she was crying like she forgot what she was supposed to say. She forgot her lines and all of that, and she was feeling bad about it. And then the other housemates really rushed to her. They were petting her. Oh, it's okay, it's fine, it's fine. I said, if only you people knew that these people are out to destroy this task. That was really funny. She was just like, she even covered her face at some point, like other housemates were now petting her. It's okay, it's okay. Even Taki, even when they finished, Taki now started crying, like he started feeling bad, like, oh, we are the reason we lost the wager. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And now they I'll carry out on our task. And for me, that's the idea. If you know that you cannot do the job, tell Big Brother. And that's what happened with like the season where we had Modella, we had Cheesy, and we had Rachel. And then at some point, Rachel was now feeling entitled. Rachel was now feeling like she was a real housemate. Mama, you came into the house as a rider. There's no way you're a real housemate. As a rider, you have your tasks. So you should be ready. Or is it Modella that went in there and forgot what they sent her to do? Fell in love. Love that did not even last. Now Fahima is giving me that vibe, not wanting to carry out a task that, Big Brother assigned to her as a disruptor. And for me, that was an issue. But anyways, they lost the wager. Cool stuff. They moved on to having their pool party, which I mean, like, how do I put this thing here? Even though previously I have never. Hi Ismail. Hi everyone. Hi Uju, Tabitha. Hi. Even though I haven't watched previous seasons of Bbmzansi, I watched BB Titans. And so for that, I think I have a bit of an idea as to how this South African housemates party, and by extension, South Africans generally. Hi Joy. Hi Ineka. I know that South Africans are not the, it's party time type of people. Not like they don't party. See, they party. Like I said the other day, I feel like these people are fishes. They drink. They drink. And people have things that they're used to doing. So, hi, Coffee. I don't give you a nickname. Hi, Coffee. Anyway, so I wasn't expecting their party to be, everybody scatter body, tear cloth. I wasn't expecting that. But it was rather too The party no enter. Let's not lie. The party did not enter. Okay, it was just there. And to be honest, it would take a lot of getting used to because I don't see them giving us that vibe. But then I think I just have to make do with, whatever it is that they give to us. But it was really sad because Big Brother even rolled out carpet. Like they had blue carpets that Big Brother brought out for them. They had like the Big Brother really took out their time, took out his time to arrange for them. Oh. But because number one, they lost wager. Number two, they don't even have food. So they've lost their wager. They don't have food. So they've been very hungry. So the speed at which they were using to rush, those food that Big Brother usually brings out for them during parties now, they were rushing it. I say, eat what you can eat now because now hunger strike on how they go. So, hi, Patience. Hi, Titi. Hi, Linda. Thank you so much. Anyway, so they had finished all of that, and so at this point they were a bit tipsy. Bear in mind, not all of them are happy because, of course, they lost their wager. So when they got inside, it was a bit slow. Some wanted to sleep, some wanted to just mind their business and all of that. But Papa Ghost, on the other hand, didn't want that to happen. He's like, let's talk, instead of just everywhere being dry and all of that. So he started waking some people up, and so when they gathered, they started having conversations here and there. Now, bear in mind, there was a conversation that Makhekhe and Bravo B. I think I should even talk about that first before we even talk about like whatever other conversation that they had, because this conversation between these two young men kind of sparked a lot of goes on the internet. I mean, when you go to X, formerly known as Twitter, guys, it was a lot yesterday night. Even today, a lot of people have been saying, yes, Ogochukwu family meeting, first family meeting. Anyways, it was a lot on the internet. People dragging Bravo B, dragging Makhekhe and saying, oh, Big Brother needs to disqualify these young men. Big Brother needs, some are arguing that Big Brother needs to disqualify them, while others are arguing that Big Brother should just, scold them and all of that. Now, I know some of you will be wondering why. I'm going to tell you, okay? So after the party, like I said, some of them were tipsy and all of that. And these two young men were actually tipsy. Makhekhe and Bravo B, they were tipsy, right? And they were having a conversation upstairs. And this conversation did not sit well with a lot of people, including myself. Because, I mean, at some point I felt like, why are we talking about women in this manner? Because both of them sat down and they were talking like, oh, yeah, we're gonna sleep with them, we're gonna knock them. In fact, they pointed out Liema. Liema is a female housemate. They pointed out Liema, they pointed out Mpumi, and they also pointed out Z. But then the most person they talked about was Liema, right? And Bravo B just kept on going on and on, like, okay, should we make our move this night? She's tipsy, so we can just snack her. I'm like, this sounds like you saying you want to force yourself on her. The way they were having the conversation, it didn't sound okay. It didn't sound okay. It sounded like, oh yeah, I know she's tipsy, so let's take an advantage of that situation. Let's have our way with her. And so a lot of people were reacting on the internet. Now, you would wonder why, people would react in that way. I had heard and, seen posts and all of that on the internet saying that in 2015, during the second season of the, let me confirm that. Hold on, guys. Yes, the second season of the Bbmzansi, there had been a situation of rape, right? And it was bad. It was bad. People were arguing, oh, why didn't Big Brother try to stop it? Oh, these allegations are just, it was just a lot in 2015. And so for that reason, the show had to stop. Okay, bear in mind, they just started this show all over again just a few years back, but one of the major reasons they stopped it before now was because of these allegations of, a certain male housemate forcing himself on another housemate in the house and actually having his way with her in the house. Anyway, that was in 2015, right? So now having a similar conversation play out again, it's like, what's happening? No, Big Brother, do not let this thing happen again. These two men need to go. These men, they need to go home. How can they start such hate comments? How can they do this? How can they do that? And I can understand why people will feel that way because, again, like I said earlier, that conversation did not sit well with me at all, And so today, Big Brother had called them into the diary room. Of course, he called Bravo B, and then of course he also called Makhekhe, And Big Brother had asked them if they remember having the conversation, and thankfully, both of them remember the conversation, as opposed to so many other housemates that we know that they will do something and they will tell you, oh, it's a big one. I don't remember. Forming amnesia. I don't remember. These ones at least admitted that, yes. I mean, even though Makhekhe was trying to act like, oh, and then when Big Brother now pointed it to him, he was like, oh, yes, I remember the conversation. And so Big Brother had gone ahead to tell them that, number one, oh, wait, let me even read that out here. Big Brother had said to them that viewing women as objects to be used for their own pleasure, just viewing, objectifying women and mocking men. Because even in their conversation, they had said, oh, that the other guys, they are too slow. They're too slow. Like, they're not even shooting their shots, type of thing. Like, okay, so we now will be like the smart guys, will be the ones to take action and all. So Big Brother had told them that objectifying women and mocking men will not be tolerated in his house. He also went on to tell both of them, in their different sessions, that it is very distasteful and disrespectful to both genders, both male and female. And so when Big Brother had, really reprimanded them like that, they realized how serious that conversation was. Because, I mean, initially, Makhekhe was trying to make light of the situation, saying that it was just them talking. Same thing with Bravo B, who had actually made the statement. It was Bravo B that had said, oh, she, make we knock them this night. Should we do it this night? Or should we, he was the one that made the statement. So when Big Brother had talked to both of them, in fact, at some point, Bravo B just kept on covering his face and he was very embarrassed. And in his words, he said, I will never force myself on any woman. And I understand that the statements that I made, are quite deep. And I regret what I said. I didn't mean it. I would never do it. I feel ashamed and disappointed at the same time. So both of them feel really bad because even after their diary sessions with Big Brother, they went into the room, sat together, and they were talking about it and saying, look, it's a learning curve for us. We've made our mistakes. Now we know better, and it gives room for them to also correct other people who might want to, have similar conversations or do similar things. They had that conversation. And I don't know, guys, from everything that I have narrated here, I know a lot of you are not watching the show, but from what you guys trust my storytelling abilities, right? We need to get that straight first. Because if you trust my storytelling abilities, you will know that I wouldn't leave any part hanging when it comes to like serious issues like this. Okay, so if you believe my storytelling abilities and just these things that I have told you, these things I told you now happened exactly this way that I have told you. Okay. Do you think that Big Brother needs to go ahead, to disqualify the housemates, or like what punishment do you think these two young men, Makhekhe and Bravo B, what punishment do you think they deserve? Or do you think that, since Big Brother has scolded them and it seems like they have learned their lessons, do you think that, oh, I just saw Betha, I trust you. Oh, thank you. Okay, so do you think that oh, you guys are making me blush. You will trust my storytelling. Okay, so what punishment do you think these two young men are deserving of? Okay. Now, whilst I'm waiting for you to respond to that, let's also talk about like the other conversations in the house. Z and Sinaye. I just look these two people. Z is Sinaye is in a relationship. Sinaye is a male housemate who is in a serious relationship outside of the house, right? But then he has this closeness with Z. And last night, like I said, whilst they were having their chit chat and all of that, right? Papa Ghost was the one that initiated the conversation. And Mpumi, a female housemate, was saying, oh, she was really talking about the shifts she's noticing in the house, that she feels like Liema, who this same Liema that Bravo B and Makhekhe were talking about, that Liema is in a ship or in a triangle, because I mean we see her with Jari and we also see her with Sinaye, right? So it's like Mpumi is saying, oh, we don't understand what's happening. Oh, you are perfectly correct. Thank you, Philomena. As long as they have accepted their mistakes, they can be forgiven or be given those above, or they be. Tabitha, you need to rewrite this because I don't, so that I don't misquote you. Okay, so please help me rewrite that. Anyway, Mpumi was trying to tell Liema, oh, we can see what you are doing. You are in a relationship. You are trying to form a ship. You are in a triangle with this person and this person. And she's like, no, you're trying to act like she doesn't know what they're talking about. But Makhekhe is like, no, we see what you are doing. So you are not accepting that you are in a ship, but then you are pointing fingers at other people. Because she was saying, oh, she thinks there's something between Willie and Chuenza. Guys, Chuenza is a guy, okay, but he's not straight, basically. So she's saying, oh, I'm seeing these two people together, blah blah blah. And then Makhekhe is like, you cannot be pointing fingers. You yourself accept it, accept what we have said. And she was like, oh, okay, fine. That there's something might happen between she and Jared. There's a potential ship there. But with Sinaye, that they're just friends. Now that's where I have a problem, because hello, both of you were sitting down in the garden. Okay, you were sitting on Sinaye's lap. Sinaye that has a babe outside. Okay, you were sitting on his lap, and then you guys were talking. And then at some point, Sinaye had said, "Oh," she was like, what's her name? Liema had said, "Oh no, me, I'm not even trying to take anybody's man." Blah blah blah. Sinaye now said, "But that's what you are doing already now. I mean, that's what you are doing." And she's like, how am I doing that? So she wanted to stand up from his leg because she knew that he was referring to the both of them. And then she was like, no, we are just friends. We are just friends. And then Snai just gave her this you and who type of look, like, Ogbeni, you're not my friend, oh, like, that's not how I'm seeing you. And she was like, but we have not kissed now. We have not kissed now. So I'm like, hey, voila. Sinaye, hello, are you in a relationship or we are not in a relationship? Liema, whose side are you on? Because now I don't understand what's happening. Jari is there, then the Sinaye and all of that. But I'm watching the show through your analysis with my phone. Oh, thank you. Joy says, I think there should be a small punishment from Big Brother. So next time, even when they are tipsy like that, they will be careful about the conversations they will have in the future. I agree with you. Mats Masekelo. Hell, I'm so sorry. They aren't to be disqualified. That was just a silly conversation between young drunk boys, but Biggie addressing the issue is a warning and a lesson to both of them. Okay, better. Okay. So I'm still waiting for you, Tabitha. Please just redraft your comment so I don't misquote you. Okay. Anyways, whilst these housemates were having that conversation last night, what's her name? Mpumi now opened up, that she's bisexual. I told you that time she said she has 4 kids, she's married and all of that. And then some of you said to me that she had mentioned in their language that it was a joke. So basically she's not married and she doesn't have a husband. But now again, in English, she has opened up that she's bisexual, and if a guy comes, fine. If a girl comes, fine. So I don't really know. But anyways, when they were talking, they now saw that as an avenue to sort of attack Papa Ghost, because Papa Ghost has this whole now me senior all of now. I'm the oldest in the house, and so for that reason, you guys need to listen to me. And I told you guys in one of my other videos that them don't disqualify one person just now. I don't know. Is it really? Are you for real, Kent? Them don't disqualify one person just now. Oh wow. Oh wow. You guys know I'm not watching at the moment because of this live stream. Oh wow. Anyway, I would figure that out and maybe come back to you guys in the community post, because I don't think I want to talk about this again. Anyway, what was I saying? But what were you saying? we don't come back with our fish brain. Okay, so yeah, Mpumi had opened up about that, and so the housemates decided, you know what, now it's time for us to attack Papa Ghost, and so who was the first person? Let me see. The first person to even attack the guy. Hold on, guys, give me a moment. Okay, yes. Lerato told Papa Ghost that you said when people are talking, don't interrupt them, don't do this, but you are fond of doing that, even though Lerato and Papa Ghost are really close friends in the house. So I don't think he took any I don't think he took any offense to that, right? So he just let it slide. And then almost immediately, else, who is also a female housemate, told Papa Ghost that he's always acting like he's the head of house, always want to, just impose his opinion on people, blah 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 blah. And then also Jared, on the same hand, decided, you know what, Papa Ghost, yes, you are this, you are that. I mean, like, we all lost the wager, blah blah blah. But then even Papa Ghost, you are too, authoritative, you are too this, you are too that. Everybody started attacking the guy, and Papa Ghost just told them, look, first of all, you people are not going to speak to me in that way because you don't know how I got here. Okay. Papa Ghost is that one person that speaks really well. Papa Ghost has, like, he commands respect. He doesn't even have to do too much. Oh my goodness, Bravo B has been disqualified. Wow. 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 So, okay. I feel bad. I feel really bad. I mean, that statement is not, it's not excusable, to be honest. But hey, I don't, tell me why I'm about to cry. I feel really bad. I feel really bad. What's this rubbish better? Like, he felt really embarrassed when Big Brother spoke to him about it. Oh my god. Better stop this. You said you're on national TV. Oh my god. I'm sorry guys. Wow. I feel so bad. I feel so bad. I feel so bad. What? What is this? Wow. Anyway, I was talking about Papa Ghost. You know, ah, uh, it's really sad. It's really sad. Papa Ghost went on to tell them that they don't know what he has been through, to get himself to be this confident and, really outspoken and all of that. And number one, he's not the one always trying to be the head of house like they're saying, and he told them, ask Mitch, he's the head of house. But then he's the one that's always telling me to say this or to do this. And I mentioned this in a video, in one of my videos, right? Mitch is not really giving us the head of house vibe. Instead, he gives the room for Papa Goes to speak to them and all of that. He gives room for it. And um yeah, guys, to be honest, this whole disqualification has messed with my mood right now. If there's one lesson I have taken from this, is just to be careful, what you say, what you say, whether you're drunk, whether you're, whether you feel like nobody's listening, just be careful because you really don't know. And especially because of the situation that happened in 2015, I don't think they will let it slide. I don't think that they would let any situation like this slide because it puts other housemates at a risk. So I get it. I get it. Sad, sad. So I think that now maybe, yeah, like Ogochukwu is saying, maybe they will just reprimand Makhekhe. Basically, guys, this is sad. Oh my god, this kind of messed with my mood, but you know, yeah, I think we're just going to end this here because I have spoken. Oh no, no, no! Before I end this here, let me actually talk about this whole attacking Papa Ghost because it's very important, right? So when they said all of that, and he tried to explain to them that, look, I'm not trying to be the head of house. Look at the person that's always making me act like the head of house. He's the one that's always telling me to do this or to do that. If not, people will never hear my voice. You know, and then Yolanda, who is fond of just attacking everybody, especially Papa Ghost. Like once Papa Ghost is talking, it's as if the thing is choking her neck. Just the same way once she is talking, it's as if the thing is choking Lerato in the vein, somewhere at the back. You understand? So she was trying to also speak and all of that. And it was when Yolanda started speaking, Papa goes down said, look, it was when she spoke, that's when he tried to explain all of these things, right? But then he now wanted to make an example, like give an instance. And then he said, for example, now, Yolana, instead of Yolanda, he made a mistake. He said Yonella, right? He said Yonella. And then Yolanda was trying to tell him, my name is not Yonella, my name is Yolanda, my name is Yolanda. And instead of this guy to just say, oh, sorry, he said, you see, that's what I'm saying. You are that forgettable. I'm like, Ewo, that one enter. How can you say you are that forgettable? Guys, like literally the housemates were like, especially Jerry. Jerry forgets to edit TV, open mouth, huh? It was so embarrassing, like the way he just shaded that girl, but Yolanda's wala is too much. Let's not lie. But that doesn't mean that this shading was okay. It was funny. It was really funny. So you see, you are that forgettable. I'm like, wahala. Anyways, guys, let me know. Okay, well, I can see what you're saying, but then for people who watch this video later, please let me know what you think. I think I'm just going to maybe change the title of the video so that I can include the disqualification, because I don't think that I will be making a different video for that, especially because you guys got a first-hand reaction of how I felt. Just hearing the news is so sad. I hope that he has learned his lessons going forward, whether off the show or wherever it is. Trust me, he will be very careful with whatever he says. And I think this is also a moral for everyone else. You need to watch what you say at every point in time. Okay, there's really no excuse as to, oh, I was tipsy, I was no. You have to own your words and just be very careful. Okay, thank you guys so much for joining this live stream, this family meeting. Like I said, this is the first family meeting for the year, and I'm super excited about it. I was actually very skeptical because it's not a show that is open to everybody, so I thought there would be no conversation, but I'm pleasantly surprised, and I appreciate you guys for that. Thank you so much. I love you guys so much, and of course I will see you on the next one. Okay. Bye.